Alrighty, folks. So here we are looking at modern art with polygons, angles, and turning part one. What you're going to be submitting is modeled here in this little trinket code here. We're not going to do the answer questions here, but you're going to have 1, 2, 3 asterisks popping out of this little thing, or pinwheels, I guess we'll call them, popping out of this little thing with the number of branches. Actually, here's kind of the code you're going to aim at with the end. But you can come over to this assignment link, and that will redirect you over to the web page where you're going to get all the information that you need. You're going to want to go through pages, a couple of pages here to get to the end. But I'm also going to show you what to do. So what you're going to observe is that you're going to have something that when you move 4 times, repeat something 4 times, so you're going to get a repeat block, you're going to move a certain amount of steps and turn 90 degrees to make a square. And I can make that square bigger by making my move longer and stuff like that. This is really inefficient in the sense that for every time you want to change something, you're going to need to change this. Maybe I want to do a hexagon, and then I'm going to come here, and I know it's 360 divided by 6, so it's going to be 60, and that sort of thing. So you're going to have to do the math every time. And if you want to do more than one of these, you'll have to kind of take this whole thing, duplicate it, and put it in multiple places. That's a lot of work. So we're going to save ourselves some of that work by making our own block. So I'm going to come over to motion, because it's going to be a motion drawing block, and I'm going to click make a block. I'm going to make sure blue is highlighted here, and it's going to be a command, and I'm going to call it pinwheel. I'm going to hit OK. And then in order to say how many branches or how many sides I want in on there, I'm going to say branches and hit OK. Yes, that's what I wanted. Sorry, I had a quick moment there. So we're making this pinwheel, and we're going to be thinking about okay, the first thing I want to do is I am going to move some code over. So I'm actually going to be a little bit lazy here, and I'm going to grab this chunk here, and I'm going to put it in here. And actually, just to make it all nice and neat, I'm going to put a pen down, because you know what? If you're drawing something, you want your pen to be down. So let's do it for ourselves in this function, so I don't have to or in this block, so I don't have to do it multiple times. Then when I'm in here, I would say I'm going to determine here my number of branches. I'm going to put a move. I'm going to move out. Because it's a pinwheel, I'm going to move the same back in. And then I'm going to set a turn. And I know my turn is actually going to depend on how many branches I have. So I'm going to take branches, and I'm going to say 360. 360 being a full circle. And I say, hey, I'm going to take the circle, and I'm going to divide my turn angles by branches to figure out how much that turn is going to be. So I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out 90, back 90, and that sort of thing. Now, I know we started off here with doing a polygon as our example, but that's because we're actually going to build into that polygon a little bit later. So the first thing is to take those ideas from the polygon and build them into a pinwheel. So now if I say I want a pinwheel with 8 on it, I can come here, and there, I got my pinwheel of 8. Looking back at the assignment, you're going to draw 3 different pinwheels, 1, 2, 3, at different screen locations. So I can get rid of this stuff now. I say I'm going to do a couple go-tos. So I'm going to go to -50, and then maybe up here at 90 on the Y. I'm going to put my pen down, and I'm going to do an 8. Oh, nice. Actually, I'm going to pick my pen up before I move. And then I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to say, oh, let me go to somewhere else now on the screen. Whoops. I'm going to duplicate that little one, and maybe I'm going to go to +50. And this time I'm going to draw, let me grab my pinwheel, like that. I'm going to do my 5 over here. Okay, there we go. And then let me grab another thing here. Put my pen up. Oops. Oh no. Got all my stuff in wrong order. I don't have my mouse, so it's always tricky. Pin up there, pinwheel there, pin up there. Maybe this time I'm going to negative 50. Negative 50. And then I'll do a pinwheel of 3. Boom. So there's my pinwheels. Now, if I want to make them smaller, because, they are a little bit big, I come back here and I can say I'm going to edit. Instead of going 90 and 90, maybe I'll do like 50 and negative 50, just so they're not so big for this particular example. And that's our first assignment for this drawing thing.